Mystical Sleep presents The Seasons of Solitude, a story of a cabin in the forest. Nestled deep within the heart of a dense forest, a cabin stood among the tall pine trees. Surrounded by lush green meadows, it was a place of peace and tranquility, a haven from the outside world, a home away from home. The cabin was an embodiment of the beauty and serenity that nature had to offer. As the seasons changed, so did the cabin and the forest around it. In the summer, the cabin was bathed in the warm rays of the sun. The forest was alive with the buzz of cicadas, and the scent of pine and wildflowers filled the air. The heat was palpable, but the thick walls of the cabin kept the interior cool, and the surrounding trees provided a natural canopy of shade. The meadows were a sea of green, and the occasional flutter of a butterfly or the chirping of a bird could be heard. As fall approached, the forest was transformed into a sea of gold and red. The leaves of the trees turned into warm hues of oranges, yellows, and reds. The air was crisp and cool, and the scent of wood smoke filled the air as the cabin inhabitants lighted a fire in the fireplace. The rustling of leaves underfoot, the sound of the wind whispering through the trees, and the occasional hoot of an owl could be heard. The cabin was a cozy place to spend the evenings, where one could relax, unwind, and appreciate the changing of the seasons. When winter came, the forest was blanketed in snow. The cabin was warm and snug, with a fire roaring in the fireplace and a pot of hot cocoa simmering on the stove. The snow-covered trees sparkled in the moonlight, and the only sound was the gentle crunch of snow underfoot. Inside the cabin, the smell of wood smoke and the warmth of the fire created a cozy and welcoming atmosphere. The soft flicker of the fire and the sound of snowfall created a peaceful and serene atmosphere where one could forget about the outside world. In the spring, the cabin was surrounded by new life. The trees adorned with new leaves and the wildflowers bloomed in the meadows. The air was filled with the fresh scent of pine and the melodious chirping of the birds. The sun was shining and the warmth was palpable, the perfect time to open the windows and let the fresh air in. The sound of the birds singing and the gentle breeze blowing through the leaves created a symphony of nature that could be heard from the cabin. As the years passed, the cabin and the forest around it changed, but one thing remained constant. The cabin was a place of solace, where one could escape the chaos of the world and find peace in nature. Good night.